Hey all, Bree from the No Guilt Mom podcast, and I have got a gift for you this holiday season. If you love the No Guilt Mom podcast, and I mean love the No Guilt Mom podcast, then tell us about it. Leave us a review, and you can be entered to win a No Guilt Mom gift card. All you have to do is leave a review, take a screenshot, and then simply go to noguiltmom.com/review to enter our giveaway for a free No Guilt Mom gift card, simply for telling us what you think about the podcast. It is amazing. But don't delay. Get right on this, as we're going to be giving away that No Guilt Mom gift card on December 21st. So get right on over and visit noguiltmom.com/review.
Welcome to the No Guilt Mom podcast. I am your host, Joanne Crode, and I am here with another No Guilt Mom win. They're some of my favorite episodes to do because this is where you get to hear something that you're possibly struggling with right now and hear how a mom just like you fixed it. And I'm so excited to introduce you to Rachel, one of our Balance VIP members. And she really struggled with her son and bedtime. And I know that her story is going to inspire you and motivate you to try some things as well. So welcome, Rachel, to the podcast.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
So you've been in Balance VIP for a while, and I remember when you brought this question to one of our coaching calls with your son and bedtime. Can you describe a little bit about what was going on?
Okay, so my son has a really hard time with bedtime, and it would be time for him to go into his room. It would turn into this huge power struggle, and we'd get him into his room, but then he wouldn't stay in his room, and we would fight all the time, like, go back to your room, almost all night until he'd either fall asleep or we'd go to our room.
And this was making a lot of tension too, because you didn't have any downtime, I remember, and your husband and you didn't have any time to spend with each other because it was all fighting about bedtime.
Yes. Yep. We were constantly being interrupted by our son.
What kind of things did you try before the coaching call with your son and bedtime?
We tried punishments mainly. We tried taking away screen time. We tried taking away other privileges. We unfortunately yelled at him and scolded him, and nothing worked.
And that yelling is something that, we reach this point of frustration as parents, and it doesn't come out any other way but the yell. And we feel horrible. I feel horrible if I ever lose my cool around my kids.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Yeah.
What did you then start trying after our call in Balance?
So after our call, we reversed it, and we rewarded him so that he could earn screen time by staying in his room after his bedtime had started. And at the same time, we got a device that helps track his routines and tracks points for him. So we used that to track his rewards.
What's the device called?
It's called the Goalie app.
Oh, I don't think I've heard of the Goalie app.
Very helpful, especially for people with neurodivergent tendencies.
So how did it work for him when he was using the Goalie app? How did you set it up?
So we set it up so that he would get 1 free hour of screen time each day. And then by staying in his room after bedtime, he earned enough points to get another hour of screen time. And basically in the app, I would just record whether or not he stayed in his room, and that would add the points to his point bank. And then he also had other ways he could earn points if he wanted more screen time, or we had other rewards he could earn with his points as well.
What did he think of it when you first presented this idea to him?
His eyes lit up. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So he was super excited.
Yeah, he was. He was super excited about it. And that very night, he stayed in his room and he didn't interrupt us or come out of his room. It was great.
Is this still going on right now, or did it start really strong and then kind of taper off?
It started really strong and then tapered off a little bit. We're going through a lot of changes with school right now, and I'm transitioning from homeschool to enrolling in school. So we're practicing having to go to bed earlier and getting up with an alarm clock.
Hard to learn, even for some adults, getting up with that alarm clock.
Right. But the one thing that I've kept consistent is I've tried to avoid taking things away, and I've tried to turn it around and give him rewards so that he's earning rewards instead. And that has helped so much. The power struggles have gone down, not just at bedtime, but in all areas of our parenting. That's been super helpful.
And I think it's good to note because a lot of people do start on a behavior system or something new with behavior, and they do see a strong thing at first, and then it tapers off, which is the natural progression of things. But I know when you sometimes see that taper, you think, oh, this isn't working anymore, or I'm not doing it. So I wanted to point that out because it is very natural. And also with his rewards, they're very controlled by him and what he does. It's not a judgment call on you or your husband for like if he stays in his room or if he doesn't stay in his room. He has total control over it.
Yeah. And I think that's been super helpful for him. Gives him that power that he needs over his own life.
What does he say about it now and earning rewards?
He's interesting. He loves it. His favorite reward obviously is screen time. And so he will do just about anything to earn points and get more screen time. And he likes being able to redeem his points. Like with the app, he can go in and cash in his points by himself. And so he likes being able to do that as well.
So it's still fun. It's still like a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is awesome. Oh, how good is it when we can make bedtime a game and get to bedtime something fun instead of something to fight against?
Yes.
How are you feeling now that you don't have the power struggles at bedtime?
So much relief. And, to be able to just have that time with my husband or to even just go to bed early if I need to has been so helpful. And I've noticed a shift in my own attitude as well, like being able to stay calm, even in the midst of all the button pushing that kids tend to do. I'm much more equipped to stay calm in those situations because I'm well rested and because I'm getting that little bit of time to myself without that power struggle.
It's amazing what it does. And I mean, I tell people a lot, lack of sleep is used as a torture device for a reason because it has such an impact on our body and our moods. So when we get it, it's just it's amazing. I want to say night and day, but I'm like, that's leaning a little too far into the sleep. It's like going for puns there, So I love your story, Rachel, because it shows how you went from using punishment in like a punitive form of trying to get your child to stay in his room to something that's really controlled by him and that he is personally motivated for, and finding what he is personally motivated for, because it doesn't work for everyone. Rewards are different for every single child.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing that with my daughter. She's motivated by other things. It's so worth reaching out and figuring out and taking the time to study the child and figure out what makes them tick. But honestly, I think the biggest shift in my mindset was going from punishment to reward and giving him that control.
That is awesome. And I thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. And I'll talk to you really soon.
Thank you.
Are you looking for something to listen to with your whole family? Then check out 6 Minutes, produced and created by Gen Z Media. With over 200 twisty, cliffhanger-filled episodes, 6 Minutes tells the story of 11-year-old Holiday, who is pulled from the icy waters with no memory of who she is or where she came from.
3 years ago, Brinley Pasternak helped the Anders family uncover the truth about Holiday's past. Now she'll need them to help her find the truth about hers. In 6 Minutes Out of Time, the long-awaited sequel, Cyrus Anders is found unconscious near the mysterious Elixir Academy in Florida, and Brinley learns the school may have a shocking connection to her missing mother.
Dive in now and get the most downloaded family audio adventure in history. Follow 6 Minutes wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen early and ad-free with the GZM family subscription.